But I think anytime you're trying to build a relationship, whether that's a friend, a spouse, whatever it is, like, it requires time. Like, you need to get to know them. And in order to get to know them, you need to be with them. You need to be around them. And I think that's one of those things that just those daily activities, it's so simple, but it's intentional. This is Ryan and Michelle, and welcome to the Celebrate MarriageCast, where we hope to restore and reclaim godly marriages through honest and real conversations.
Welcome to episode 88. We are so glad you're joining us today. So proud of you for making this investment in your relationship. And hey, if you haven't subscribed or liked or followed us, would you do that? That really helps other people to find our show as well. So, Ryan, great to be here.
Yeah, great to be here, Michelle.
Just cruised in from work, and here we are.
Yeah, summer is like officially upon us.
You guys, yes, it is here. I just heard that down in Texas, they're having the hottest weather they've had there in triple digits. And this is the earliest it's been in 40 years. Well, up here in South Dakota, we are in the 80s, I think 90s too.
Yeah, it's been 90s. Yeah,
which
it's
is
hit 90s.
Pretty hot. And you guys, 1 week ago, we usually don't turn our air on very early. I don't know why. I think it's kind of a challenge. I don't know, saving some dollars, mostly challenge.
Yeah.
I don't know why we do it. 1 year we made it to July. Anyways, this year, Ryan's parents were coming for Mother's Day. So we went to turn on our air conditioning on Friday.
Yeah.
Friday evening.
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
Nothing.
At all.
Nothing at all.
So the current temperature in our house, when I left Ryan, it was 84 degrees.
Yeah. Yesterday
it was 84.
Yeah, we've turned our home into a sauna. So we're getting all the benefits of the sauna, just,
we're detoxed.
Around the clock.
Constant sweat detox.
Yes.
Yeah, it's something.
Yes.
So anyways, we're not going to melt. We'll be okay.
We'll be fine.
And really, I don't know, I think of people in other countries that just live in hotter climates, and granted their bodies are more used to it, but I just think okay, we can do this.
Yeah.
But 84 inside a house is still pretty hot.
Pretty hot, yes.
So.
Yeah. Well, Michelle, I'm super excited about the day here and about our podcast today. It revolves around, we've shared with you, I love to read. Mm-hmm. I love to read books. I read a lot of books. Well.
What did you say last night? You were at 60 for the year or something?
No, I'm at 30, I don't know, 36.
Usually hit around 100. Ryan's an avid reader.
Yeah. Well, I'm reading a book right now that on the surface, it really doesn't have anything to do with marriage, but at the same time, it does.
Okay.
So, reading a book called Pound the Stone by Joshua Medcalf. It's a great book. I've not finished it yet, but I'm probably 3/4 of the way through it. And it's one of those books that's the self-development, but also it's based on a story. So I kind of like those. It kind of there's a lesson to be learned in all of it. Like
a parable.
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. Michelle. Yes, absolutely. But before we jump into the topic, before we kind of jump into the book, the book kind of revolves around, it's actually a real document or credo that was developed by Jacob Riis.
Okay.
I don't know if that's how you say his last name or not. He was a Danish immigrant, but he wrote the following, and I just couldn't help but be drawn to this and how much this applies to marriage. So let me read this. It's called The Stonecutter's Credo. I know you're probably thinking, okay, that doesn't have anything to do with it, but
we're ready.
We're ready. So here goes. Here goes the Stonecutter's Credo. It says, when nothing seems to help, I go and look at a stonecutter, hammering away at his rock, perhaps 100 times, without as much as a crack showing in it. Yet at the 101st blow, it will split in two. And I know it was not that blow that did it, but all that had gone before. See, Michelle, I love this credo, and I think it applies so much to marriages and relationships, because marriages are based on, good marriages are based on a series of daily things and not just one event. It's not based on your wedding and how great your wedding was, right? It's an intentional work that will lead you to the destination.
Yeah. That's a great parable. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, so the story, he's chipping away, and finally it cracks.
Right.
But I think there's so many other examples of that too. Right now, we just planted grass seed, and every day you've been out there watering.
Yeah.
And someday the grass, hopefully, we'll see in this heat,
Yes.
is going to sprout. And that sprouting didn't just happen in that one day.
Right.
First, it was displacing soil. It was pushing its roots down before it could go up. And then finally, it goes through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great picture, Michelle. I like that. And I think so much about just those daily things, those little things that you do every day that lead to big changes, big results.
Okay. I like this topic. And I think, Ryan, this goes back to what we say often, is that great marriages don't just happen. They take intentional work, and that is intentional daily work. It's the little things.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I love this concept, and so many other areas of your life, the stone example, the seed, but think about if you're working out, or Ryan, I'm so proud of you. You just graduated from your orthopedic program today. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Ryan. Tore his ACL last July in soccer and has finally completed all of his orthopedic surgeon checkups.
Yeah. Yep.
And you, when is your next PT? Couple weeks?
Yeah, a couple weeks.
Okay, so that will be in a couple weeks. He'll have his 45th physical therapy session, and that will be your physical therapy graduation. But that's so many days of waking up early and going and driving there and doing the work. It's so many little things to produce those results. And a marriage is just like that.
Absolutely. So, I mean, I think it brings up the question, like, what are your daily, what are those daily motions? What are those daily things that lead to the end result of a great marriage? Like I said before, great marriages are based on an accumulation of daily activity. So we're going to jump into just a few things. Like for us, I think that we've found these daily activities that lead to great results. Yeah.
I think also, Ryan, putting it in that perspective makes it seem super achievable. There's not, one big thing. It's lots and lots of little things, and anyone can do that. You can start doing little daily things. You just have to be consistent, and you have to keep doing it to get that result. So the first one we're talking about is daily time in the Word and prayer. We had a church plant pastor, Monty Gannon, that would say this: 15 minutes a day in the Word will change your life. And we've said that around Celebrate. 15 minutes in the Word, 10 minutes in the Word daily will change your life. And I think we both have seen that to be so true. When we started coming to Celebrate, we were both in different broken spots of our life. And Ryan, when we first started dating, I didn't even know if we would continue to date, because you weren't close with the Lord at that time, but I'd brought you here just knowing it would be like helpful for you. And they had a great kids ministry, which was a need for you. And God just got a hold of you, and you started reading the Word, and I can't even count how many journals you have full of Bible notes, and you've been through the Bible. I think, what did we say, was six complete times now, a couple of different translations. But just to see the man of God that you've changed into, and you better believe that has had an impact in how he parents, how he shows up as a spouse. It's been incredible. He's been more patient. He's been, all the fruits of the Spirit, kindness, goodness, gentleness, goodness, self-control, patience, all of those things you have lived out. For me, one of our pastors here has said, if you're not in the Word for 1 day, I'll know. 2 days, my spouse will know. 3 days, my kids will know. 4 days, everyone will know. And I think that that's so true in times that I've found that I've been a little quicker to respond or to react instead of just responding. It's, okay, I need to get back on track here. But we have been doing daily Bible plans, and I think my Bible streak right now, I've been in it every day this year. last year I completed the whole Bible 365, and those are just lots of little things. Like I didn't just sit down and read the Bible in one setting. It was days and days and days and weeks, but those little drops have added up to living out this lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely, Michelle. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
I think of, a few months ago, maybe it's been a year ago now, we had the Poes on.
Mm-hmm. Stephen Amy Poe.
Yeah, Stephen Amy Poe on talking about prayer in marriage. And I'm just thinking of this because she said, she's like, I prayed for him for years. Like, talk about hitting the stone over and over again.
Yeah.
And a life being changed, lives being changed, generations being changed for daily activity, daily prayer, praying for your spouse. It will change. It will change everything.
We've heard many stories like that too, where spouses are praying for the other spouse, or even children or their parents. I just heard someone 2 weeks ago, he was talking about how when he found the Lord, his dad was really angry about that and just kind of pushed away, had some church hurts early on, and he prayed for his dad. I think it was 10 years. And his dad then came to know the Lord not too far back. So there's so much power in that daily prayer being consistent.
Absolutely. The second one, Michelle, I don't want this to be a cop-out answer, but...
Is it Jesus? Is it the Sunday school answer?
Well, yeah, you need Jesus. But no, I feel like it's kind of the answer for a lot of marriages, and it comes down to communication. Now, okay, what do I mean by this? Daily communication. See, I think this is such an important one, and maybe it's because it's so relatable for us, because I feel like most conflict probably has something to do with communication, lack of, or just not communicating clearly. So
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so this is where I think the daily habit of actually just sitting down, no distraction, communication with your spouse will make so much difference in your marriage.
Yeah, I think you're right. Most of our disagreements do stem from a miscommunication or lack of communication somewhere. But if you are a little more connected with your spouse and you know what's going on, then you can be a little more empathetic and you can be more in tune with what they're feeling, what they're going through. If it's a tough week at work, or, if there's just an extra, load of projects going on, or things with the kids, or whatever it is, just having that communication creates a bridge for that healthy connection too.
Yeah. I think of communication almost like a muscle, right? Like you have to work out, you have to do it in order to get good at it. And I think that's where, those daily things of, hey, we're going to get better at this. We're going to communicate daily with each other. And I get it. Like, I think a lot for us is like, you're going a million miles an hour, you're busy, your kids have got stuff going on, this and that. And then before you know it, it's 11 o'clock at night and you just go to bed.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Like, I totally get it. But this is where this daily intentional, this is like the groundwork. This is like the basics. Like, hey, we're going to get really good at the basics, because I think that's what will change. Will have big impact. When you do this daily, will have tremendous impact.
Ryan, I appreciate what you said about it's a conscious choice. It's just choosing to communicate also, because I do think that it is easier to give the kid answer, the kid at dinner table answer of fine, good. Like, that is really easy, and it is tempting to do. How was your day? Oh, it was good. But to push through that and to go that extra, 10, 15, whatever, 20, whatever percent, just go that extra percentage and push through and say something. Challenge yourself, even tonight or tomorrow, sometime this week. Challenge yourself to do that. So if you find yourself saying, good, stressful, it's long, whatever, give a few more details. Not proprietary work information, but just let your spouse in, because that does create such a connection, and it's really being intimate with your spouse through communication. We say that intimacy is into me you see, and you can do that through communication. Is letting your spouse into your life.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It takes intentionality.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Great, Ryan. Yeah. Okay. Third thing. So we've talked about daily prayer and daily time in the Word. We've talked about daily communication. And third, we're talking about time. It's just time. You need to spend daily time with your spouse. So sounds really simple, right? But think about our busy culture, and there are stats out there that how much do spouses even connect throughout the day, and I think it was 10 minutes or less than 10 minutes or something. But it's easy to rush around to this and to that and to never really even spend time with your spouse. So carve that out in your day, whether it's, hey, at 9 o'clock after the kids are in bed or whatever, we're gonna just connect. We're just gonna sit out in the living room, we're gonna communicate, and we're gonna spend time. You can knock two birds off with one stone there. So
yeah, I mean, I think for us, this has really probably been like family dinners. Like I think there's something about being around the table and having that. Like we try probably most nights to do that. Mm-hmm. And I think it's a great reset. It's a great, hey, let's come, we're all busy. We've all been doing work, school, all the activities, all these things. Like this, it's our chance to spend time together and to come together.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I would say most days we're doing that.
I think some easy dinner time conversation starters are, hey, what was your high-low high today? So, Ryan, we'll do it right now. What was your high-low high today?
Well, yeah. So I'm going to explain the concept, and then I can give you. So really, it's sort of like the sandwich, right? Like you have the high part of your day, maybe something that was frustrating, and then you sandwich it in with another really, really high.
And it gets people talking.
Absolutely.
Like you have to share a little bit of vulnerability, high, low, high, but hopefully you still end feeling good about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So an example would be,
put you on the spot.
Absolutely. So what's great about today, my wife brought me a coffee today, and I love coffee, and here's what, and I love my wife. Yes. And here's what's great is they just opened a coffee shop right by my office, which is amazing. And you were at that coffee shop, and you're like, I'm right next door. Yeah. I was like, amazing. Yep. So
it did make your afternoon. You were so happy about it. That made me happy.
Yes, absolutely it did. A low, golly. Well, it could be, trying to sleep in a sauna isn't like the most fun. So I didn't get a lot of sleep. It's just hard to sleep in a sauna.
Yeah, it is hard.
But it's fine. We're here. And then graduation day from my orthopedic. It's a really funny story because I love my doctor. He's really great. He's not like, I don't know how to describe it. Dry, maybe. I don't know.
He's pretty serious.
Yeah, he's serious, but also kind of funny. He's like, well, I guess we're done. Do you want the t-shirt? And I was kind of like, funny joke. Like, I thought he was joking. And he's
like, yes, he does.
Yeah, and I was like, yes, he does. And like, this whole time, I still think he's joking. And he's like, well, what size are you? And then I'm like, there's really a t-shirt.
Heck yeah.
Like, okay, sweet. Yes, I'll take the t-shirt.
Yeah, you earned it.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway. So see how fun that was? Just a little bit of vulnerability. Right. And look at all that I learned about Ryan's date. And now I can converse back and just be in on his life.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think time is such a, and part of it, like, that's my number one love language. So obviously, like, I'm going to be biased towards this, but I think anytime you're trying to build a relationship, whether that's a friend, a spouse, whatever it is, like, it requires time. Like, you need to get to know them. And in order to get to know them, you need to be with them. You need to be around them. And I think that's one of those things that just those daily activities, it's so simple, but it's intentional.
Yeah. That's a great reminder, Ryan. If you're trying to build a friendship, you're going to spend time with that person. You're going to spend time with that friend to build a friendship. Your spouse is also your friend. You need to spend time with your spouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So 3 things. So daily time in the word and prayer. Number 1. Number 2 is your daily communication. And number 3 is spending time with your spouse.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
Easy enough. Yes.
Those are simple little things.
Yes.
That will improve your relationship.
Yes. Absolutely.
Ryan, do we have time for a mystery question?
I think we do.
Let me check the clock. We do. All right. We have a hard deadline tonight. Have a fun work outing today, or we're taking our guest speaker for tomorrow out to eat dinner. She is the marketing director for the Green Bay Packers. So
Green
kind
Bay
of a cool
Packers.
work event tonight. So
yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. You want me to read
Cue
it?
the jingle. The mystery question. You should read it. No, you read it.
All right,
we do one in advance. We got new plants. We wanted that on the table instead of the jar. Looks good. Drum roll. Is it hard?
What's one quirk about your spouse that just irritates you or that you just don't get? Oh, geez.
Golly.
Seems like we're trying to stir the pot here.
Stir the pot. Golly. Let me think about this. I don't know.
I feel like it's stirring the pot. I don't.
Do you have one for me?
Well, okay. So I'll share. No, I'll share one.
For all of the world?
It doesn't. I find it more like hilarious now.
Okay.
Okay.
What is it?
So.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
Yeah, it's really funny, and I absolutely find it like.
Does that have to do when we leave the house?
No. Okay. Here's what it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I'm nervous.
No, don't be nervous because again, I find it really like, I don't know. I think it's just funny now. Whenever we are watching a TV show or a movie, Michelle will ask lots of questions. Mm-hmm. And it's sort of funny because it's almost as if you think I've seen the show before.
You're really smart.
I haven't seen it before. So when a new character comes on, I don't know who they are, what the backstory is.
Is anyone else out there like me, please?
So anyway, that's probably one that I've just learned to really appreciate and get a good chuckle out of.
I get really caught up on things. So if I can't track with the plot line, which is why it probably takes me a while to read books that have like multiple characters and plot line. Like if I can't follow it, I get really hung up on that. Like I have to be able to, because I feel like I'm not going to get the full enjoyment out of the rest of the movie if I miss that thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're a better noticer. Like sometimes when there's so many characters, it's like, wait, who's he? Wait, what?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
What's really great is that our son is just like me. So
yes,
when he asks, I just love to look at Ryan and just smile. And,
it's great. It's hilarious.
Ryan, oh my gosh, seriously, I don't know. You guys, I'm not making this up. I really don't know. Sometimes you're not as tidy as I'd like.
Yeah.
But I feel like you know that.
Right. Yeah.
You've made me an early person. Like I used to be not an early person. But
like
that
an
like
early
doesn't
riser?
No. Like just early.
Oh, showing
things.
up early.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
What do you do? I don't know. I feel like we've really worked through all things, you know?
Yeah.
It's thinking like you used to just sit in bed at the end of the night. We'd be getting ready to go to bed and I'd be like, should we go to bed? You're like, yeah. And you just sit in bed and read. And then I'd still be doing the laundry. And we've talked about this and the dishes and starting the dishwasher and all these things. And that used to annoy me because I'm like, no, that meant like, let's get all the chores done. So then we go to bed and are ready for tomorrow.
Bedtime and then doing the chores and then going to bed.
And communication things. I feel like we've really worked. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Good job to Ryan for being amazing.
Oh, thanks, Michelle. That's awesome.
Well, that wasn't. Who wrote that question?
I don't know.
That's
yeah.
Great show, Ryan. You wrote the show today.
Thank
you. Great job. Love the concept, and we hope that you enjoy doing the little things. Any final parting thoughts?
I think just You know what, Michelle? I'm going to actually read this again.
Yeah.
This credo again, because I think it's so cool. It says, when nothing seems to help, I go and look at a stonecutter hammering away at his rock, perhaps 100 times without as much as a crack showing in it. Yet at the 101st blow, it will split in two, and I know that it was not that blow that did it, but all that had gone before. I think it's so good, and it's so true for marriage. It's those daily things that lead to change.
Love that. We'll end with that. Thank you to our listeners for joining us today on the Celebrate MarriageCast. We're so proud of you, and we want you to know that we have resources for you at Celebrate.church/marriage. Also, if you missed our show last week, we talked about addictions in marriage. The week before that, we talked about talking to your children about sex. So some really great shows lately. You can submit a mystery question through our text number. That's 605-951-0110. Write a better one than this one today. And we're also on Instagram, Celebrate MarriageCast. We hope you have a great week.
Have a great week.